Hi, this is Alicia Parr. I'm the founder and CEO of Performentor, and I'm here with Leah Hazelwood, the CEO of Go Forth Marketing, and we are having another leader to leader talk. And today we are talking about what people focus actually means and doesn't mean in a business. Leah, would you like to share a little bit about yourself and your firm?
Sure. Thanks. Thanks for having me today. I'm excited to talk with you. I always enjoy talking with you, Alicia, as you know, from our monthly touch bases. So Go Forth Marketing has kind of an interesting origin story in that we're a group of about 17 marketers with various backgrounds, but about half of our team actually spun off from the internal marketing department from a large regional pest control company. And so for many years, we worked together as a team to drive not only their growth in sales, but also their growth in recruitment and retention and the internal marketing focus. And 2 years ago, we decided to spin off and continue to provide marketing for that company, but now to be able to offer it to other businesses as well, which has allowed us to grow our team and add expertise and videography, photography, writing, graphic design. We really pride ourselves on bringing both strategy and high quality creativity together to accomplish the client's goals. But it's fun and it's exciting, and fast paced, and it's ever changing. So I'm glad to be able to help clients reach their marketing goals and have fun doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that period. That was such a well. Looking back, it's hard to believe that it's only been a couple of years. You've certainly come so far. I also remember asking you, okay, there's a lot of marketing firms out there. What is it that you want your firm to do differently and set you apart from the alternatives? And that's kind of where that people focused idea came up. Maybe you could share a little bit about kind of what was going on in your head then.
Absolutely. Well, in full transparency, when we had the idea and we decided, hey, this sounds like a good business idea as well as a good development opportunity for our employees. When my husband and I were deciding, we're going to spin off the company, but who's going to lead it? I had some reticence at first because I've had some personal experience working at marketing firms that were not honestly very people focused, and it can be hard. It can be hard to be in a client facing business that puts the deadlines and the revenue just not just first and foremost, but only because especially in a client service environment, that can result in it doesn't matter what time of day the client asks for or what they ask for. It's we drop what we're doing and we say yes no matter what the cost without really boundaries and things. So I had reticence even to step into the position. And after some talking, we said, you know what, this is our company. We can do great marketing and we can treat our clients well and meet their needs, but also kind of respect the boundaries of our team as people and as humans that are looking for their work to be a part of their life, but not their entire life. So we said, in order to accomplish that, it's got to be in our values. We've got to make it part of our values. It's got to go in what we talk about in our meeting agendas on the walls, and we've got to reinforce that. Again, it's not meet the client needs at all costs. It's how can we meet the client needs and still respect the boundaries that we all have as humans.
Yeah, I mean it's creative work. It's human-based work. Yes, I know AI, but AI isn't quite replacing creative work by people and humans yet. But if you don't have the best people and they're not motivated, and they feel like all of their needs are being sacrificed towards the clients, I just don't know how you keep the best and the brightest. I don't know. Seems logical to me, Leah. I don't know.
Well, and especially with quite frankly, creative minded folks and the nature of what they're doing. It's not sit down and grind through it and just mark the boxes off and do the tasks most of the time. Most of the time, it's you've got to have space for inspiration and creativity. If businesses if it was just the grind and check it off, they would do it themselves, right? They're coming to us because we've collected a group of people that are going to look at things a little bit differently, maybe make things, their communications more emotional, more funny, whatever that is. And so that requires that space for creativity. And when, I think that, when you take people with those skills and don't necessarily give them that space and that respect for that need to kind of look off into the distance and think sometimes proverbially, it can affect the work. Absolutely. And it just makes people less creative when they're not happy.
That's one thing that we don't always capture, is it? Somebody was asking me recently about like managing time, and I talked about managing energy, and I think that really comes to play in creative work in spades. Would you say that you've seen that as well?
Yes, and I think I think a lot of times we think about managing time is just doing all the things that we think we need to do as efficiently as possible and getting as much done as possible in a time period. But I think about time management as more like, how are we spending our time?
Yeah.
Right. And so for each of us to make the most impact we can have in our business, on our kids, on our friends or whatnot, we all need to spend time a little bit differently. Right. So it's not necessarily, did I get 10 emails sent out between 7 and 8 a.m.? It's more like, well, how did I spend 7 or 8 a.m.? Right. Was I scrolling through social media, or was I meditating, or was I, planning out my day? So how that relates to kind of what we do is time management is giving each of the different people on our team time to do what helps them be the best version of themselves. And that looks different for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess what out of that experience do you see is working exceptionally well? Has anything changed in sort of your approach to being people focused over the past couple of years?
So I'd say what I think has gone really well, and I bring this up often to my colleagues, is despite just like any business, the things that we know that we need to continue to work at, we have a team that really likes each other. And there's a lot of laughing, and they work really well together, and that results in trust and people pitching in and helping one another out, looking for ways that they can be collaborative, which does also positively impact the quality of our work. Creative things are often done a lot better when you have collaboration and multiple perspectives. But I'm really proud of having that people focused mentality. It's not just as the leader and as the company, are we giving the benefits and the flexibility that each individual needs? It's encouraging that people focus peer to peer. And so I would say that that's probably the thing that I'm the most proud of and that I find the most rewarding, and that our team brings up often. This is how much they value and appreciate their peers, whether it was a challenging project or maybe they had a personal loss, and the way that their teammates supported them through that, both personally and professionally. So I'd say that's definitely a big win. I think, for me personally, the challenge is that balance between, from that leadership company perspective, how do you, foster and communicate a culture where, we see you as a person, not just a number, not just an employee. We want you to have time with your family and your hobbies, and we want you to have, the support that you need to have positive mental health, and the resources you need if your physical health declines, things of that nature. But balancing that with, we still got to make money for all of us to have a job, right? And so to me, that's kind of the biggest challenge. And my personality, I know that I've had times where as a leader, it may have gone too much one way, where we kind of took our focus maybe a little bit too much off of the business side of things, the P&L and that. And maybe overdid it with, maybe we had too many hours spent at team building events or things of that nature, and just trying to bring it back to balance. Because part of being people focused is making sure that the company is healthy, right? And that we are hitting our metrics and things. So to me, that's been kind of the biggest challenge and learning opportunity is balancing that focus on people, but still with, we're all here to do a job and help the company be successful, so that we're all individually successful as well.
Yeah, we've known each other long enough now. I feel like I can securely say that you have a big heart. You are by default are going to always have a leadership style that's going to be people oriented. You're very coming from the local hearts, the caring, for sure. And then also, I'm hearing, this is a little bit of a play on words, but it's people focused, people being, many humans, not individual focused, not person focused, but people focused. Is that something that maybe, I think you hinted at it, but I guess, what are you finding about being people broadly focused that's really, makes the biggest difference for you? The tricky one.
Yeah. I think what makes the biggest difference, I hate to repeat what I've said, and I'm trying to think of more things, but it's folks like coming to work here because they like that. Maybe another perspective on it would be the kind of the war and horror stories that some folks will share with some of the employees that maybe are newer to the workforce. Like, hey, not everywhere is like this, right? I've worked places where we're not allowed to talk to one another, and we get a 10-minute break, and we better be back on time, and I'm being micromanaged, and people don't want my ideas. on how to make things better. And so it's again, it's not perfect, but it's a place where everyone likes to come to work. They're energized and want to help, want to see their peers succeed. We see a lot of, we're entrepreneurs, so we're fiery, so we're competitive, but we're not competitive internally, more competitive externally. There's not a lot of that. A lot of what unfortunately happens in a lot of like big corporate type organizations where there's people backstabbing or sabotaging or things of that nature. It's really that kind of the tide, we all rise with the tide mentality. I think too that and I know our clients can feel it, right? We're fun to work with. I tell my team all the time that, in my opinion, I don't know, when clients are sitting around at a networking event talking to one of their colleagues or someone at another business, they like the work we do, and they're happy with the results and how that's helped their business. But what would make me the most proud is if they said, those people are really fun to work with. Right. And we're that marketing agency that instead of somebody being like, oh, I have a meeting with my marketing agency at 3:00, they're like, this is going to be the best part of my day. Right. Because we're going to get stuff done, but we're going to have fun because these people are happy and they want to be here and they're excited to do work and they're excited to work with me as a client. And they're excited to work with their peers. It really does come across to our clients. So I'm really, I would say that's another good spinoff of being people focused is our people. And the way we define it is people focused isn't just top down, right? It's side to side. It's bottom up. It's recognizing that I've got flaws. Our other leaders have flaws. We're people too. But also our clients are people. So we need to treat them like people, right? And we need to understand that they're not perfect and they have boundaries and they have pressures on them. And then our vendors, right? So vendors are people. We need to be respectful and, treat them politely in the way that we, that golden rule idea. But I think overall, it just creates an atmosphere where the quality of the work and the results don't suffer at the expense of being people focused because it generates that excitement and that energy level.
Yeah, I mean it's almost like a magic wand. If you really continue to put it into practice, which it sounds like that you are, you guys are unleashing creativity and people energy all over the place, and I can't wait to see how the people focus of Go Forth Marketing continues to evolve. Thank you for sharing just a little bit of your story, Leah. Have a wonderful weekend.
Great. Thank you.